Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my 2013 7-round NFL mock draft with picks 11 through 20 in the first round. The video for picks 1 through 10 is already up. Be sure to subscribe to my channel here, guys, so as I upload each video for this 7-round mock draft and all of my other sports talk videos, they'll get uploaded right to your feed here on YouTube. Let's get right to picks 11 through 20. At pick 11 is the San Diego Chargers. I think this is a perfect place where a need matches the best player on the board, and I see the Chargers taking Lane Johnson, the offensive tackle from Oklahoma. It's been well chronicled that the Chargers need offensive line help. I think Lane Johnson is the best guy available at this time anyway, so Lane Johnson to San Diego at pick number 11. Pick 12 is a pick that the Dolphins hold. A lot of rumors they have, they're going to go after either a wide receiver with this pick or a guy in the secondary. I don't really think so. I think they address the wide receiver need in free agency. I think corner is a need they address later in the draft. I think at this pick, they're going to have the best 4-3 defensive end, in my opinion, still on the board here. And to get a quality guy opposite Cameron Wake on that defensive line to rush the passer, I think would be invaluable for this team. So I look for the Dolphins to take Bjoern Werner, the defensive end from Florida State, with this 12th pick overall. And then I look for them to address their cornerback need with their next pick. Pick 13 is, speaking of cornerback needs, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have a distinct need in their secondary, most notably at cornerback. They drafted safety Mark Barron this year. I look for them to come back with a cornerback this year. And I think that corner, when all is said and done, when the process is done, is Desmond Trufant, the cornerback from the University of Washington. It was between him and Xavier Rhodes in my mind here, but I think Trufant's a little more versatile as far as the different guys he can cover in the slot, he can cover on the island. So give me Desmond Trufant to the Buccaneers at number 13. Pick 14 is the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have some holes. I think their most gaping hole is in the middle of that defensive line, the defensive tackle spot. Star Lotulelei, which many people had in the top 5 on his board, you're seeing him plummet a little bit due to that heart condition. I don't think, though, he falls out of the top 15. And I think this is another case where a superior player, the best player available, matches the need for a particular team. So I like Star Lotulelei, the defensive tackle out of Utah, to be the pick here at number 14 for the Panthers. Pick 15 is owned by the Saints. The Saints, again, need help on the defensive side of the ball, whether it's at corner, if they're moving to a 3-4, linebackers as well, which, again, I think they'll get later in the draft. That position's a little deeper. I think, again, a defensive lineman, okay, is where they go with this pick number 15 here. And I think they get a guy, again, who slipped throughout the process here a little bit, but a guy I think will rebound at his pro day, and that's Damontre Moore, the defensive end from Texas A&M. Almost every mock draft you saw before the Combine had him going in the top 10. I think the game tape will show you a lot on him. That's why I don't think he slides out of the top 15. I think the Saints address their pass rush need with Damontre Moore, a guy who could play in a 3-4 or a 4-3, as he did at Texas A&M. Pick 16 is a pick the Rams hold. They have pick 16 and 22 in the first round. Interior of the offensive line is a big need for them. Jonathan Cooper from North Carolina should be here with pick 16. I think it's a perfect match. I think the Rams address their receiver need at 22, which I'll get to in my next video. But at pick 16, Jonathan Cooper, the guard from North Carolina. Pick 17. Again, 17 is a place where you're going to see the Steelers pick. Rare to see the Steelers in these teens here. You're normally seeing this equipped to seeing them in the 20s or even the high 20s as far as the first round goes. But I think they use this pick to address their aging defense. They have needs at safety, linebacker, and on the defensive line. I don't think there's a safety worth taking here, a strong safety that is. I think they address the defensive line. They need a defensive tackle, which is important in that 3-4 front to plug up some holes. I think they get Jesse Williams, who, if you've watched Alabama play here in the last couple years, he's a mountain of a man. He's a serious run stopper, and I think he's just what the Steelers need. I think he has that Steelers attitude, and I think he's perfect here. At pick number 17, I think you look at the Steelers taking again, Jesse Williams from Alabama. Pick 18 is the Cowboys. I think there's a big need developing for the Cowboys for a pass rusher opposite DeMarcus Ware. I think they finally address it in this draft, and I think they address it with a guy, Tank Carradine. You didn't see him at the Combine because he's coming off an injury, but I think he performs well at his pro day, and he begins to get in the first-round conversation, and he's a guy who's supremely talented. Him and Werner were a great duo at Florida State coming off the edge. There was plenty of times where they met at the quarterback. I think Werner goes before Carradine just because he was healthy all year this year, but I like Carradine to not slip past the Cowboys at pick number 18 here. At pick 19 is the New York Giants. The Giants, again, have some glaring needs, whether it be at running back now, some people feel, because Ahmad Bradshaw left, but I think David Wilson will slide into that spot. Offensive line was thought to be a need, but they did just re-sign Will Beatty to a contract, so I think that negates the need for a first-round pick at the tackle spot. So I think the Giants go back to the well and once again take a defensive end with the first pick. The Giants are known for this, whether it be Jason Pierre-Paul, whether it be Umenyiora. Okay, I like the Giants here to take Datone Jones, the defensive end from UCLA. Again, a guy, I don't think he's going to put up the production Umenyiora did, but get a guy on that defensive line that maybe at least teams eventually have to account for other than just Pierre-Paul. At pick 20, the Chicago Bears hold this pick. The Bears, again, it seems like it's a yearly thing with the Bears, but I think, again, they need to address their offensive line. I think they need a run-mauling, sort of good pass-protecting type of tackle. And I think, in the run game and also good enough in the pass game as far as an offensive lineman goes is DJ Fluker, the tackle from Alabama. Again, just a huge guy. If you watch Alabama play this year, he dominated opponents. I think you see him play right tackle in the NFL, and I think you see him be a pretty good one at that. He has the attitude that I think the Bears are looking for. He can provide Jay Cutler with the much-needed protection that he needs. Again, DJ Fluker, the pick at number 20 for the Bears. Guys, that's picks 11 through 20. Again, picks 1 through 10 are already up. Be sure to check out the rest of my 7-round mock draft here, guys. All 7 rounds picked right here on my YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe to make sure all these videos are uploaded directly to you. Let me know what you guys think of my picks here in the YouTube comments. You can also hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. And guys, thanks as always for listening, and have a great day.